A lot of people think they know what a bad day is. It usually gets defined in simple terms. Something goes wrong, you wake up late, you miss something important, you get bad news, plans fall apart, something breaks, a mistake happens. By the end of the day, you label it as bad. That idea makes sense on the surface. A day with problems feels like a bad day. But if you look closer, it is not always that simple. Some of the most difficult days in life are not necessarily ones filled with constant problems. Sometimes a day can be hard, stressful, and uncomfortable, yet still end up meaning something. You can have a day where things go wrong, but you still learn, still move forward, still deal with what needs to be dealt with. Those days might feel bad in the moment, but later they often turn into days that really matter. The gym is a simple example. Most workouts are not enjoyable while they're happening, at least for a lot of people. You are tired, you are uncomfortable, you are pushing yourself. Sometimes you even want to stop early. In the moment, it can feel like a bad experience. But very few people look back and think that training session ruined their day. More often, they see it as something that helped them. The same thing can happen with studying, working, or dealing with difficult situations. The process itself can be uncomfortable, but it still produces something useful. That is where the definition of a bad day starts to get less clear. Because discomfort alone does not always equal a wasted day. So if it is not just difficulty, then what actually makes a bad day? One strong answer is when a day feels empty in the end. Not just hard, but empty. A day where time passes without anything meaningful happening. You're busy, but not really doing anything that matters to you. Or you're distracted most of the time. Or you keep delaying things you know you should do. Hours go by, but nothing changes in your life or in your direction. That kind of day can feel worse than a difficult one. Because at least in a difficult day, something happened. You tried, you dealt with something, you were present in some way. But on an empty day, it can feel like you were not really there at all. A lot of people experience this without realizing it at first. The day feels normal while it is happening. You scroll, you watch, you think you will start something soon, you switch between small tasks, you wait for motivation, and then suddenly it's night. The day did not feel painful, but it also did not feel like it existed in any meaningful way. That is often where regret comes from, not from intense failure, but from absence of effort. From realizing that time was available, but not used in any direction that mattered. Another thing that can make a day feel bad is disconnection. A day where you do not really talk to anyone in a meaningful way, or where conversations feel shallow or rushed. Humans are social by nature, and even small amounts of real connection tend to make days feel more grounded. When that is missing, the day can feel off, even if nothing obviously went wrong. There is also the emotional side. A bad day can come from overthinking, stress, or feeling stuck. Sometimes nothing external needs to happen. The pressure is internal. Thoughts loop. Small problems feel bigger than they are. Focus becomes harder, and the day feels heavy even if everything around you looks normal. What is interesting is that two people can live very similar days and experience them completely differently. One person sees it as a normal day, another sees it as a bad day. The difference is often not in the events that happen, but how those events connect to goals, mindset, and expectations. If someone is moving towards something they care about, even difficult days can feel worthwhile. If someone feels stuck or directionless, even easy days can feel bad in hindsight. That is because meaning plays a bigger role than most people think. So a bad day is not just a day with problems. It is often a day without progress, without connection, without presence. A day where time passes but nothing feels gained from it. A day where you are not really moving forward in any direction that matters to you. And the important part is that this is not fixed. A day can start poorly and still be turned around. Even small actions change how a day feels in the end. One meaningful task, one meaningful conversation, one decision to stop delaying something. That can be enough to shift the entire tone of the day. Because in the end, what makes a day bad is not just what happens to you, it is also what you do with the time you had while it was happening.